After the first presidential debate, where Gabbard was the single most searched Democratic candidate, Google blocked her from being able to buy new ads.
The leftist mob comes and they destroy people's careers. It's effectively, we want you dead. We want you under a bridge somewhere. They're doing this with Gina Carano. So Lucasfilm, they fired Gina Carano from the Disney Plus, The Mandalorian is that show.
Yeah.
GoFundMe has suspended a fundraiser established by conservative activist Candace Owens for a cafe co-owner who called the late George Floyd a thug.
The works of Theodore Seuss Geisel have come under fire for what some say are his racist and harmful depictions of certain groups.
The 6-page letter from the National School Boards Association compares parents who speak and act out at school board meetings to domestic terrorists.
The New Jersey Education Association has released an ad smearing parents as, get this, extremists.
So when extremists start attacking our schools, that's not who we are.
The rosary is now a symbol of extremism.
Prosecutors called it a plot born of rage to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. But defense lawyers said the four were just big talkers, sometimes fueled by drug abuse, who were spurred on by no fewer than 12 undercover FBI agents and informants.
One of the larger stains the FBI has ever had to endure on its not-so-spotless record was revealed in its entirety Thursday. A letter asking Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to kill himself, signed, sealed, and delivered by J. Edgar Hoover's FBI.
Nearly 4 years ago, a series of crimes were committed in full view of the public, and to date, no one has been charged. It was the one set of crimes inarguably committed during the course of Crossfire Hurricane. For America, those leaks are the centerpiece of one of the most remarkable crime sprees in our history.
I've witnessed a dramatic devolution in my industry as we've allowed ourselves to be transformed into tools of political and corporate interest, pushing narratives, slanting information on the news and online, and seeking to shape public opinion rather than report facts and various views.
You knew that federal prosecutors would start collecting crimes that they could use against parents. You knew they would advise state and local officials that these are all of the ways parents might be prosecuted. Parents like Scott Smith, who's behind me over my shoulder. This is a father from Loudoun County, Virginia. Here he is at a school board meeting. He was forcibly restrained. He was assaulted. He was arrested.
The Senate Revenue and Taxation Committee chair calling a recess because he declared the packed room disruptive. Then he had people removed.
A court has determined the FBI violated the law and constitutional privacy protections with some of its electronic surveillance activities.
Just as we were about to open the door, it flew open. They had used a ram to bust down my door.
The federal judge delayed Flynn's sentencing after accusing him of selling out his country.
Let me be clear that Floyd Corkins was responsible for firing the shot yesterday that wounded one of our colleagues and our friend, Leo Johnson. But Corkins was given a license to shoot an unarmed man by organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center that have been reckless in labeling organizations hate groups because they disagree with them on public policy.
A Colorado judge ruled a baker violated the state's anti-discrimination law by refusing to make a cake for a transgender woman. The baker, Jack Phillips, previously won a partial victory at the U.S. Supreme Court in 2018 after refusing to make a wedding cake for a same-sex couple.
Dr. Simone Gold was sentenced to 60 days in prison and 12 months of supervised release for illegally entering and remaining in the Capitol during the riot.
The first person to stand trial for his role in the January 6th Capitol insurrection was sentenced earlier today. Guy Reffitt.
We're going to begin with a news alert out of Washington tonight. Robert Palmer is now headed to prison.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to introduce Mr. Eric Parker, just walked in. Can you please stand up? And I appreciate everything he's done for the citizens of Idaho and in Nevada.
Rancher Robert Lavoy Finicum was shot dead by federal authorities in Tuesday's standoff, the culmination of a weeks-long protest against federal control of land in Oregon.
35-year-old Ashley Babbitt becomes a martyr for a movement. The unarmed Air Force veteran from San Diego, California, was fatally shot.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.